Can you become an overnight expert? Here are the 5 surprising skills that you can learn in your sleep. For many people, sneaking in a few hours of shut-eye is an indulgence best saved for the weekend. But rather than feeling guilty about lying in, research suggests that sleep may be the perfect time for learning. From grasping a new language to quitting smoking, studies have shown that a range of skills can be improved from the comfort of your bed. Learning a new language. While it might sound implausible, research has shown that it is possible to improve your understanding of a new language while asleep. A study in 2014, conducted at the Universities of Zurich and Freiburg, show that German-speaking students were better at remembering the meaning of newly learned Dutch words when they heard the words again in their sleep. Bjorn Rosch, who led the study, says, "Our method is easy to use in daily life and can be adopted by anyone." In their study, 60 participants were asked to learn pairs of Dutch and German words at 10 p.m. Half the volunteers then went to bed and were played back some of the Dutch words they had learned while they slept. The other half stayed awake to listen to the Dutch words on playback. In the morning, the participants were tested on what they had learned, and the results showed that the group who had been asleep remembered the German translations better than the group who had been awake. The researchers believe that their results suggest that sleep helps memory, probably because the sleeping brain spontaneously activates previously learned subject matter. Learning an instrument. Though everyone wants to sound amazing from the second they pick up a new instrument, learning can take months or even years of hard work. But research suggests that learning a new instrument could partially be done in your sleep. In 2012, researchers from Northwestern University in Illinois showed that external stimulation during sleep can help to develop a complex skill. Participants learned how to play 2 artificially generated songs before going to sleep. While they slept, the participants were softly played back one of the songs they had practiced, but not the other. The results showed that participants made fewer errors when playing back the melody they had heard during their sleep than the one that they did not hear. Paul Reber, co-author of the study, says, "Our research shows that memory is strengthened for something you've already learned. Rather than learning something new in your sleep, we're talking about enhancing an existing memory by reactivating information recently acquired." The researchers hope that the study will help them to learn more about the basic brain mechanisms that help preserve memories during sleep. Learning new facts. As well as consolidating memories, it appears that we can also learn new information while sleeping. In 2012, researchers from the Academic College of Tel Aviv performed a study to test whether new knowledge could take root as you slumber. Participants were played a tone as they slept, followed by an odor, which was either pleasant or unpleasant. Next, a second tone was played, followed by an odor at the other end of the pleasantness scale. Over the course of the night, the participants were also played just the tones, without the odors, but reacted in the same way, inhaling deeply in response to the tone associated with the pleasant odor, and taking shallow breaths in response to the tone associated with the unpleasant smell. The next day, the now awake participants then heard the tones again without the odors. Although they had no conscious recollection of the associations, their breathing patterns told a different story, and again they took deep breaths when exposed to the tone associated with a pleasant smell and short breaths with the other. In their paper published in Nature Neuroscience, the researchers, led by Dr. Anat Arzi, wrote, "This acquired behavior persisted throughout the night and into ensuing wake without later awareness of the learning process. Thus, humans learn new information during sleep." Help you quit smoking. Building on the previous study, which showed that the use of smell is central to learning during sleep, researchers from the Weizmann Institute of Science found that people can be weaned off smoking in their sleep. 66 participants who wanted to quit smoking slept in a special sleep lab where their sleep patterns could be closely monitored. Throughout the night, they were exposed to paired smells, cigarettes and a rotten egg odor, one right after the other. Although they did not remember smelling the odors the next morning, the participants reported smoking an average of 30% less over the course of the next week. In contrast, participants who were exposed to the paired smells when awake did not smoke less afterwards. The researchers believe that smell training could be a promising direction for addiction research. The brain's reward center, which is involved in addictive behavior, such as smoking, is closely connected to the regions that process smell. Some of these regions not only remain active when we sleep, the information they absorb may even be enhanced in slumber. Dr. Arzi says, "What we have shown is that conditioning can take place during sleep, and this conditioning can lead to real behavioral changes. Our sense of smell may be an entryway to our sleeping brain that may, in the future, help us to change addictive or harmful behavior." Remembering names. There are few situations that will make you cringe more than standing next to someone you've met several times and drawing a blank on their name. But a study last year shows that a good night's sleep can help you remember faces and names. Researchers at the Brigham and Women's Hospital in Boston performed a controlled study of 14 participants. While a couple of studies have looked at how naps might affect our ability to learn new faces and names, no previous studies have looked at the impact of a full night of sleep in between learning and being tested. In the study, participants were shown 20 photos of faces with corresponding names. 12 hours later, they were then shown the photographs again with either the correct or incorrect name and were asked whether or not the name was correct and to rate their confidence on a scale of 1 to 9. Each participant completed the test twice, once with an interval of sleep in between, and once with a period of regular waking day activities in between. The results showed that when given the opportunity to sleep, participants correctly matched 12% more of the faces and names. The findings suggest that sleep after learning a new activity may help improve memory. Dr. Duffy says, "Sleep is important for learning new information. As people get older, they are more likely to develop sleep disruptions and sleep disorders, which may in turn cause memory issues. By addressing issues with sleep, we may be able to affect people's ability to learn things at all different ages."